Hello, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. My name is Les, but online I go by Veldor. I usually don't upload videos of this kind to my channel. In general, I don't really upload on YouTube much at all, other than the odd gaming clip between me and my friends, or the odd highlight of when I play the game that is currently in the background, hopefully, Path of Exile. I'm making this video today to talk about the start of a new journey, one of very, very large proportions. I currently work for a state agency in the state of New Jersey, the great state of New Jersey. I will not state which one for, privacy reasons, but I am paid well. I have a vehicle issued by the state, of course, for my daily work activities, thankfully. So I don't use my personal vehicle much anymore. I use it for the odd trip that I take. I'll throw some pictures up on the screen of some of the trips I've taken. I've driven, down to DC, down to Virginia. I've taken the what is that bridge called? The Chesapeake Bay Bridge, that big one that goes over the ocean. I've driven up to Boston to see the National Aquarium up there, or no, no. The National Aquarium is down in Baltimore. The other aquarium up in Boston is a different one, but it's got a really nice like penguin exhibit. I got a few pictures of penguins I can pop up on the screen here. But moral of the story is I do not use my personal car much anymore. I currently have a 2019 Ram 1500 Classic Warlock in a nice cherry red color. It's a very nice vehicle. I bought it back in 2020 as a repo with 7,000 miles on it. I got it for a steal at that time. I just bought it right out with 35 grand. It's a beautiful truck. It's definitely served its purpose, and it's currently at 89,000 miles. Of course, vehicles can last a lot longer than 89,000 miles. I mean, you've probably seen that video of the Toyota Tacoma that had over 1,000,000 miles, and it was still running like a champ. But the point I'm trying to get to is I have begun a journey of saving up for a new vehicle, and I've decided to go big this time. The vehicle that I've chosen for my next car, well, of course, I'm planning on saving for roughly 2.5 years and building up $65,000 over that period of time, which roughly equates to $1,000 every paycheck paid bi-weekly, reaching a total of $2,000 a month, or $3,000 a month on the odd month that has 3 paychecks in it. Now, you may be saying, what kind of car are you saving up $65,000 for? Well, that, my friends, that, my friends, is where it's exciting to say. The car that I will be shooting for in 2028 or late 2028, early 2029 is the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. And I'll pop some pictures of it up on screen and some people doing some crazy shit in it. But you might be saying, that's a, super expensive sports car. Why would you pay that much for a car? It's a ridiculous price. They MSRP currently for roughly like 75 grand. Most going up, once you add on taxes, tags. I live in the state of New Jersey, so there's sales tax on the car as well. Once you add all that, you add the extended warranty and everything. That's the only thing I would ever buy from the dealership. I think that's the only thing that's worth it to buy from the dealership. It saved me on my personal vehicle, the Ram, on it a few times, thankfully. But after all that, it's probably closer to 85 grand. And I know it sounds a little odd to me as well that I'm planning on dropping, 85 bands on a vehicle. But this is the decision I've come to. I've decided that I want to go with a nicer vehicle this time. And I hear you saying it already. Hey, you shouldn't do that. You should throw that money in the stock market instead. And I would 100% tend to agree with you. If it were not for the fact that I already have a ton of money in investments, I have been super blessed in my life, and I have basically fallen into a ton of money. For reasons that I, will not explain and will not go into, nor will I say how much I have. But it is a well enough nest egg that, I currently have it invested and it will stay invested until my age of retirement. At that point, I will not have to worry about work and, all that stuff when I retire, and I won't have to worry about paying the bills. But of course, I'm still maxing out my Roth IRA and such. I work for the state, and they don't give us an employer match because it's a public worker thing. So I use Robinhood's Roth IRA that has the 3% match, which is a great thing. That does require Robinhood Gold, but I have Robinhood Gold already because I use their credit card for all of my purchases. It makes it really easy to budget and know where all my money is going at the end of the month. As well as, luckily enough, I was able to get into Robinhood Banking, in which I am using for my savings. I'll pop a picture of the savings goal for the Mustang up on screen right now. As you can see, it does get 4.25% every year, as it is basically a high yield savings account built into Robinhood Banking. Now, currently, I have just started. I put my first grand in there, and I really wanted to make this as a mini, not even it's not a series because I'm not doing anything, super transformative or super original. I'm basically just showing you a number going up. But week after week, I might make these monthly, just a monthly check-in to see how I am. But it's really motivation for me, and hopefully it's motivation for other people that have a goal that they want to meet, and they see this and they say, hey, if this guy can do it, this random guy on YouTube, if he could do it, then I can do it too. But again, it is a big motivation for me as well, because I feel like the more I tell, other people about it and get, eyes on it of the people around me, in real life, the more I'm actually pushed to do it, rather than, saving up a couple grand and then being like, I want to do something else with this money instead. Luckily, I have no student debt. I've got no consumer debt. I do not have a car payment because I paid for my truck, full off back in 2020. So I'm starting off from a great place. I have a ton of investments. So I don't need to worry much about that as well. I'll just, keep maxing out my Roth IRA every year and call it a day there. But yeah, this is the first update of hopefully many. And it's going to be sick at the end when I, make the final video of me in the vehicle or such. That's the more I think about it, that's how I get through it every day. Every day I'm sitting there thinking, this is such a long journey. It's going to be a long time. Can I really do this? And then I think about that car and, the sound of it, the 5.0 liter Coyote V8 engine in there. And it just makes it worth it every second. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun road tripping in that vehicle. But thanks for tuning in and wasting 10 minutes or so on some random guy talking on the internet. I hope you have a great rest of your Good Friday or whatever day it is. This is recorded on April 3rd, Good Friday this year. But if you see this before Easter, I hope you and your family have a great Easter. And I look forward to more updates. Thank you. Have a good day.